The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. Move. If you got the nerve, lash out for your just desserts. It's not just the words. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back to burn. All talking about out your mouth. I'm not concerned, cause y'all got to learn. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red when his head had an ultra perm. The long walk to burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by the Bahamas South Island Promotion Board, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fidelity Bank Bahamas, Fine Threads, the Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, and Tropical Gyros.
Gets low, man. Low. Now I'm talking about. Get it. Ain't rocking with you. So what you gonna do?
We're back at you right here, Talking Heads Tuesday edition, right here on Guardian 96.9 FM. And of course, your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. Like I said, on this Tuesday edition of Talking Heads, 21st day of June. June seems to be flying by. I thought we just started June. Well, you blink, you burp, you put on your brewski, and June gone. All right, but you know how we get it started? We get it started with your brain teaser. Today is like no other. We're going to get it started that way. We'll make sure your mind's right, so we got to have a good conversation. Of course, today is Tuesday, so we'll have the Freeport Report. We'll be chiming in with Sarah Kirkby from the Grand Bahama News and, see what's going on in Freeport, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then in sports today, got a special guest coming up in sports. I'll tell you more about that in the 5 o'clock hour. If you're a fan of baseball, an old school baseball, we got a legend coming to the show today. Have a good conversation with the Sarge himself, Mr. Gary Matthews. All right, we'll be talking baseball and, of course, youth baseball. Babe Ruth Classic coming to the 242. That on the heels of a great Andre Rogers National Baseball Tournament. Got to commend everybody who participated, all the leagues, all the coaches, all the players, all the organizers. It was a great event, great weekend. And obviously, you've set the tone for next year. You got to keep it going now. Good stuff. So Babe Ruth is up next, and we'll be talking to Gary Matthews in the 5 o'clock hour. However, before we get to that, like I said, I got to make sure my talking heads, your minds are right. Leave the work stress at work. You can make the work run, the school run, and as much fun as we can on the way home. Here's how you chime in, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. That's how you chime on in. Okay? Or you can text me on the text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Take us wherever you want to go. We're streaming live, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. We're also on cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. And here's what we're working with as far as your brain teaser for today. And like I said, they give me a couple of options to work with today, too. I like that. I like when I get the options, All right. Recent survey. This got to be true. Recent survey of 100 Bahamians, 50 men, 50 women. Survey revealed that 68% have recycled this. Okay? And I'll tell you, it's a kitchen product. That's the best thing I could tell you. It's a kitchen product. And they've recycled this. 68 out of 100 have recycled this. And admit to recycling this. What is it? That's your mind-bending brain teaser. Get at me. Chime in on the numbers. Chime in on the text lines. I'd read the text lines, but my producer forgot to give me the phone for the text. So I have to use my psychic powers and my x-ray vision. And I'm looking at the answers that just chimed in, and all of you are wrong. From across the room, through the studio glass, I can see that you're all incorrect. Kermit was giving you all a chance, but they're all incorrect. They're all incorrect. Now, from a closer view, yes, all incorrect. All incorrect. Garbage bags, incorrect. Glassware, incorrect. Plastic? Plastic? What is plastic? Oh, you mean plastic. Okay. Plastic utensils, Ziploc bags. No. All of y'all are saying foil. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's not it. Think about it. Call me back. Listen to this one. Butter bowl. Eating utensils, garbage bags, plastic fork. No. Whoever said food, wrong again. Bottles, wrong again. Glasses, wrong again. All right. Not paper plates either. Well, y'all work on that. We'll slide on in to the headliners. Who are what's making headlines in the 242? And today, it's all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And like I said, you definitely got to check out Fine Threads. All right, new arrivals in stock. Already told you yesterday. Check them out on a wide selection of shirts. All right, but in addition to that, you got your pant line collection going on as well. All right, pants and jeans and short sets collections from Jordan Craig, Enzo, Tailored Recreation Premium, Kent Park, True Rock, and Mazzari. And don't forget, when you purchase one pair of denim jeans, or buy any denim, you're going to get the next one of equal or lesser value absolutely free. All right? So for every full price denim jeans that you purchase, you're going to get the next one of equal or lesser value absolutely free. Also, if you buy one full price men's suit or a suit package, you're going to get half off a boy's suit. So definitely check that out. All right? All right. Now, here's the dealio. Pop on in to any one of those Fine Thread locations. Top Hill, Mackey Street. All right, that's the flagship store, or the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. But let's check out the headliners. Who was making headlines in the 242, was blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian, news and views that matter since 1844. Big headline today. Election report not entirely objective. This coming from the F&M. And there's a lot to be desired with that report. Yeah. Got to wonder who really leaked that out and why and so on and so forth. But if you see some of the stuff, it's laughable. So I want your comments on that. Chime on in. Fernanda to become the new police commissioner, story by Jasper Ward in today's Guardian. The Cabinet Office announced yesterday that Clayton Fernanda will serve as the next commissioner of police. Fernanda, who is currently one of two deputy commissioners of police, will take over from Commissioner of Police Paul Roll, who will retire from the Royal Bahamas Police Force on July 5th. Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Lehman Delaveau, will replace Fernanda as deputy commissioner. Loretta Mackey also serves as deputy commissioner. Fernanda and Delaveau were among 7 police officers controversially sent on leave during the minister's administration in 2019. Marvin Dames, who was Minister of National Security at the time, insisted that there was nothing sinister about the move to place the senior officers on leave. Well, that remains to the court of public opinion on that. But congratulations to Mr. Fernanda, Mr. Clayton Fernanda, who will be the next Commissioner of Police, the next COP. So your thoughts in on that as well. And here's one that's picking up steam. Story by Travis Cartwright Carroll in today's Guardian. Government, AG, Attorney General Ryan Pinder, government to advance citizenship law by end of summer. The government intends to advance legislation to allow Bahamian men and women to pass on citizenship in all circumstances by the end of the summer. This according to Attorney General Ryan Pinder. Pinder previously foreshadowed changes to the citizenship law The Attorney General was responding to Free National Movement Senator Michaela Barnett Ellis, who during her contribution to the budget debate yesterday castigated the Progressive Liberal Party, the PLP, for failing to address the issue of marital rape. Pinder said the good senator spoke about our lack of commitment, and she said it rather affirmatively for equality for all. The good senator knows otherwise. The Minister of Social Services, who has responsibility for gender affairs, has made in his contribution in that other place a public proclamation that with respect with what is termed marital rape and amendments to the Sexual Offenses Act, which have been drafted, that he is consulting with both the churches and the appropriate NGOs and then to the wider public with respect to the amendments to the Sexual Offenses Act. So back and forth we go on that issue. And I guess it's a 2-for-1 right there. Let me know your thoughts on both that emanated from that. One on citizenship that ended up, escalated into marital rape. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on that. And that right there is a wrap on your headliners. Who are us making headlines in the 242 right now? That's the hot stories. That's the hot topics. What's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. And right about now, we'll slide up into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John's Shoes. And John's reminds you that they now have small home appliances and cookware available for you, in addition to your full line of footwear for men and women and children, your full line of fast fashions, workwear, and all the accessories to go along with it. New arrivals every Monday. Be sure to check them out online. All right? And at both locations, John's Plaza, Carmichael, and the flagship store on Rosetta today. And remember, with John, serving you is a pleasure. Well, plenty buzzing today. I ain't gonna lie. Plenty buzzing is going on today. You still have folks out there, tongues wagging pertaining to the whole situation in Long Island. And Long Island MP, Mr. Adrian Gibson, still standing firm, not going to resign. The Court of Public Opinion, just tongues continue to wag. Opinions and conspiracy theories and all kind of stuff continue to emanate. So what's your take on that? Also, another hot commodity, this alleged report that has been leaked, allegedly, and says it's way too objective for the FNM. And, and if you look at it, when you see the headlines, some people will say, well, some people in the FNM camp will be like, okay, that's right on. Other people look at it and scratch their head and say, where did this come from? It's not the entire picture. And then if you look at it, well, you got to think about, well, who leaked it and why did they leak it? Especially somebody who's trying to remain relevant. And if you look at what's been leaked, it's very pro-Minnis. So my hunch would be maybe, a Minnesite might have leaked it to just test the waters and see if that could sway people toward, maybe allowing the thought of entertaining Dr. Minnis as a potential viable candidate for PM again. The FNM got convention. Parties are at work. You know how this thing go. There are forces moving behind the scenes. Fiefdoms within the kingdom, vying for power. You know how it is? And politics breeds strange bedfellows. So you got to look at it. Obviously, some people are getting the message that, Dr. Minnis is not too popular, not too palatable. So now this looks like a little spin, maybe, a little damage control, a little image makeup, But if it wasn't all his fault, how does he look now? You got to watch all of that play out. And before the FNM can go forward in any way, shape, or form, in my humble opinion, they have to rectify that. They got to rectify all that, in-house, backing and forth and finger pointing. Circle the wagons, get on the same page, unify, and do what they need to do. Because this right now is like a bad episode of Game of Thrones. But y'all got some good answers coming in. Most of them look wrong, too. Some of y'all close, but not on the money. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. Whatever you got in the background, turn it down. I don't know what vibrating or buzzing, but
Okay.
that's better?
Yeah, much better.
See, but you still buzzing. Anyway, that's a horrible connection. Why don't hang up and call me back? Because, I always like to hear from you. But that was a horrible buzz or a vibration. But tell me what that sound like to you. C-size battery or D-size battery? But I know, but it sounds like that sounds like you got to put a string to start that one. That was a lot of power there. Yeah. So, all right, I'll put the trivia question out one more second before we go to the break. But yeah, let me know your take on all that's buzzing, situation in Long Island. MP Adrian Gibson, I'm going to know I'm budgeting. I resign who? Cold. Heels dug in the entrenched in it right now, not moving. And I guess he has his convictions. As would you if you had to defend your name. So we'll see how that pans out. And what's your take on this, leaked document? Naughty as an F&M supporter, I will never support a minister at F&M again, so he might as well go sit down. All right, Dexter, tell me how many seats you want him to have. I know it's probably several, but yeah, how do you really feel? I got you. No, not dishes, not washing machine, not dishwasher, not food. Some of you are so close, but you got to be specific because you're putting, no, not glass jars, not cooking oil, not napkins, rice bag, garbage bags, not ice. You're all warm, but nothing. Remember, y'all got between now and the top of the noon and the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in, all right? That's a wrap right there on the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And right about now, let's get up into the global warming. We're seeing of the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And don't forget, it's all about Crazy Tuesdays, all right? And only on Tuesdays and only at KFC Tuesdays. It just got crazy wild good over there at KFC. Satisfy your crispy fried chicken cravings with 8 pieces of chicken for the wild price of only $15. So taste the KFC Crunch on Tuesdays with Crazy Tuesdays. It's crazy wild good. And don't forget, all of your KFC drive-thrus open Monday through Sunday until midnight. So you got until midnight to get your finger licking on, all right, at your favorite KFC location. All right, let's check out the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. And where do we start? Lots to talk about. Oscar-winning Canadian screenwriter and director Paul Haggis has been arrested in Ostuni, southern Italy, on charges of sexual assault and aggravated personal injury. More to come on that. Government officials in Qatar are warning fans planning to attend the World Cup in their country that anyone having sex with someone not their spouse could receive up to 7 years in jail. Britain's Prince William is pushing for his shamed uncle Prince Andrew to be permanently and fully banned from all aspects of royal life. Yellowstone National Park will partially reopen tomorrow. Visitors will be able to access Old Faithful, West Thumb, and other areas, but some areas of the South Loop, such as the Norris and Lewis Lake campgrounds, remain off limits. Amber Heard was spotted over the weekend at the Hamptons shopping at the TJ Maxx. Shopping at TJ Maxx now, Amber? Wow. Did you know that Martin Lawrence's daughter Jasmine is dating Eddie Murphy's son Eric? That would be potentially a brilliant comedy grandkid right there. Former President Bill Clinton admitted this past week that when he was in office, he sent his national security advisor to inspect Area 51 in Nevada to know for sure if there were any aliens living there. And I heard they came back and told Clinton, apart from the one that you married, there were none. Anyway, that's a wrap right there on your global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. We're going to take our first break right here on Talking Heads. On the flip side of the break, we will have that conversation with Sarah Kirkby from the Grand Bahama News. We'll be chiming in. We'll be having a getting caught up on Freeport, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as we do each and every Tuesday with the Freeport Report right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All coming up right after the break. Keep it right where you got it.
You see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bumped into a wall when she's running after the churn them.
Yeah, but last Saturday, you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
So what you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business. Then Jack come after me and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll-free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app and we could text them. And the messages get on mix up before it leave your phone so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
You don't have to rise and shine to enjoy Dunkin's Big Breakfast Bundle. Our all-day breakfast sandwich made with your choice of sausage, ham, or bacon comes with crisp hash browns, a freshly brewed medium coffee, your favorite Dunkin' donut, and a bottle of refreshing Dasani water. The Big Breakfast Bundle will satisfy you, whether you're an early bird or not. Power up your day with Dunkin' Big Breakfast Bundle. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Hey, Dumps, the boys them going on a bad trip, dog. Partying and hanging on the family island.
You lie!
I telling you, Dumps. Hey, but since only enough money for one plane ticket, one of us got to fit in that bag.
That look is fit inside the bag then, T.
Well, I was thinking with the perpendicularity of the bag and the spatial structure of your body, you could have just hopped in it right quick.
But T.
I know, Dumps, it kind of small, but I can slap one handle with care sticker on the bag.
No, T, I trying to tell you, the promotion says 2 fly free. That means 2 people could go.
2?
2.
I saw it. I can take this gal, man.
Grab your friends and head to the Family Islands. With the 2 Fly Free campaign, there's no better time than now. Go to BahamasResidence.com for more information.
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Wow! KFC just put the wow in your week with the KFC Crazy Tuesday Wow Bucket. Satisfy your crispy fried chicken cravings with 8 pieces of finger-licking good chicken for the wow price of $15. And with KFC Crazy Bundles, you can add all your KFC favorites for more savings. So taste the crunch and take a KFC bite out of life. Be happy. Save at KFC. Only on Tuesdays and only at KFC. KFC Nassau. Crazy, wow, good.
Talking Heads continues right here, right now on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. And it's time for me to take my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. And listen, people, you got to try Dunkin's new tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, my God, that is good. I had 2 yesterday. I can't lie. All right, the tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich features oven-roasted tomatoes, pesto spread, and white cheddar on toasted sourdough bread for flavors that are bold and bright and just pop. All right, explosion in your mouth. Tomato pesto perfection at Dunkin'. Try it today. All right? And while you're there, get ready one more again for more iced coffee temptations at Dunkin'. Try the new Cake Batter Signature Latte, combining the rich espresso with a spoon-licking good taste of cake batter flavor for a party in every cup. All right? You definitely want to check that out, all right? So check them out on that tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich and that Dunkin'. Oh, man, that iced coffee. Oh, my God. The Cake Batter Signature Latte off the heezy for cheesy, okay? And you know what? For all you butter pecan lovers, guess what else is back? The butter pecan iced coffee, all right, with the tasty flavors of butter roasted pecans and sweet cream combined with Dunkin's original iced coffee. It is all good. You got flavors to savor going on right now at your favorite Dunkin' location. Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Brennan Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location, and out at the airport, both locations. So no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin'. All right. Let's go to Freeport. Let's go to Grand Bahama. Joining us via the Zoom, taking the Dunkin' Donuts coffee break, as she does each and every Thursday. Got Sarah Kirkby from the Grand Bahama News. Sarah, what's good? How are you?
And how about you? You get your patties yet?
Listen, man, the patties are like, I think something happened to the patties because I had issues with my phone yesterday. And I said, I'll get back to you to tell me where we could rendezvous to get the patties from Freeport. And then, you know, my phone went kaplink and now I can't reach the people back. I think they've been eaten. So we might have to wheel and come again. But if not, if I do get them today, I will do my due diligence and deal with them and let you know exactly what is what. And I'll make sure to get some original sent down to you. But what's going on? And of course,
that's my Western Bakery. I went to the place and told them I was bringing it to you myself.
There you go. Well, I'll do my due diligence and make sure I track it down. But listen, the supplement every Tuesday, all right, in the Guardian, you got to spend the money, people.
Yeah, we hit in there today because there's a lot. There's a
spend the money.
Great hurricane one in there today, and lots of stuff happening. So as you said, it's a busy day.
But bring us up to snuff with what all is going on down there.
We had quite a few stories in this week, which is really nice. Unfortunately, our lead story is a little bit sad. It is, unfortunately, there was some tourists who were visiting down in West End, and they caught some guys with a beautiful loggerhead turtle. He must have been about 200 pounds, and he was tied up to by a conch crawl by a stand, and they took video, but luckily it got turned into the police, and the police have done, or the law enforcement down there have done an amazing job, actually. They weren't able to capture the guys with the turtle, but they did do a sting operation the next day, and they busted quite a few people using illegal apparatuses and stuff to collect conch.
But you know what bothers me with that kind of stuff, Sarah? We have our neighbors to the north that are in close proximity to those Grand Bahamian waters. And there's a multiplicity of them popping up all over Facebook, showing off their spoils and their catches there in the Bahamas and probably charging exorbitant amounts to bring Floridians over to do this. And they get away to do this on a cheap cruise pass if they pay it. And if they don't, they just come in, they rape and pillage the waters and get on out of there. And obviously we lost the loggerhead turtle in the process, correct?
Well, yeah, but the loggerhead was being caught by locals, love, not by tourists.
All right, fine, but even locals doing it. It's ridiculous.
And the tourists were really upset. They were Americans who have a place down in West End.
Well, good for them for doing the right thing.
They did the right thing, and I have to be honest. As far as I understand through the grapevine, there has been a little bit of threatening of people who have spoken to the police. So that's not a good thing. But it is a law in our country. And we try to.
No, you got to leave the turtles alone, man. You got to leave the loggerheads alone, man. Come on now.
And they're also not supposed to be, using illegal compressors to get conch. It's not legal.
Well, that's
for lobster season, but not for that.
Again, we'll put it all out in Sunday. That's a technique, that's been adopted from our Dominican compadres. My Dominican friends, they take the compressor, they go down to the bottom, and they bring everything back to the top. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we got to stop all of that. Because at the end of the day, we need this. We need this for us.
Yeah.
And if you look at the world's fishing population, it's getting fished out. So obviously, if other areas are getting fished out, they're going to eventually come in and fish us out. And that can't happen.
No, exactly. And we have to protect what we have. And we also have to realize, like with shark fins and things like that, this is the business that brings us tourism. multi-million dollars. So we need to protect it and use it to our advantage, you know?
I totally agree with you there. We definitely got to conserve it and protect it.
So at the same time that we had this happening in West End, in Freeport last weekend, we had a great fishing tournament. And so we have a story in there about these local guys who started a fishing tournament right after Hurricane Dorian. And they've done a really great job. They were originally supposed to have 23 boats coming in. It was a mix from Grand Bahama, Abaco. I don't know if anyone was registered from Nassau and then the United States, but of course we had Tropical Storm Alex a couple weeks ago, so they postponed it, but they still had it with 11 boats and they had a great turnout. It was a tuna tournament, and so you can read all about that in the paper and how well these guys have done. And hats off to these young Bahamians who have started this on their own, as well as a wonderful girl called Brittany Baldwin, who is teaching young Bahamians about fishing, conservation, and sustainability at the event as well.
That's good stuff, and good to see young people are doing it.
Yeah, it's just a new group, and they're just really big anglers, and they thought they'd started on their own. So I think it's great. We also have a story that's true to my heart because I do love food. We've opened up a food truck park. A guy and his wife has decided.
Stop it! A food truck. That's right up my alley, man.
Yes, boy. So it's called the Freeport Food Truck Park. You can go and park your truck there. It's beautifully designed, neat and tidy. They have the trucks on the outside. There's parking on the inside. Really well done. They get power. It's beautifully kept, and they did it in a nice area in Freeport. And it's really created a new entrepreneurial business for quite a few people. And there's like a donut one, and there's hot dog stands. It's all different businesses. There's also a health food one as well. So lots of things you can read about. And I think it was a super idea that this group has come up with. And it's a nice, safe place where the kids can get out of the car and then go to the food vans.
Man, I always support things like that. That's right up my foodie alley right there.
Definitely. Exactly. They need a beer truck and they'd be great.
anything with a beer truck would be great.
True. Anything with a beer truck.
You know?
And then our fourth and final story we did this week was on the YMCA. They have a great thrift shop there. And what's really super about the thrift shop is that it is now making the YMCA actually get out of the red, and they can afford to do things and upgrade. You know, they've obviously been hit by the hurricane multiple times, but this is now allowing them to do a little bit more and help upgrade the facilities. You know, and the YMCA is always known for having great swim teams, weight teams. There's still basketball and ladies volleyball and men's volleyball, soccer camps out there. So this is great for them. And so what people are doing is they donate to the thrift shop, and then all the sales go towards the YMCA. It's all nonprofit, so it's great.
That is great stuff, man. And to know that the YMCA is actually getting out of the red and benefiting from this is awesome news.
Yeah. So, it's really good. So Freeport's got some nice stories in this week. Like you said, it's always in the paper. You just got to buy your Nassau Guardian. Here in Freeport, you can get it at Western Bakery, my favorite patty place, Bellevue, local drugstores. You can also get it at supermarkets. Most gas stations sell it as well. And we really love it if you would support us. And then, and we're loving people are starting to reach out to us to get us good news stories. So we appreciate that as well.
Well, we appreciate you chiming in as you always do every Tuesday, Sarah, and bringing us up to snuff. And look forward to hearing from you next week. And
if you do get the patties, I will expect to.
We'll address it now. I give credit where credit is due.
But I just need to let you know, we were laughing hysterically when you said Amber Heard.
Yeah, man.
I have to.
Amber T.
I'm not a huge fan, and I don't think she helped us very much. But I love her because she shops at TJ Maxx, because I'm a bit of a TJ Maxx girl myself.
You shouldn't admit that in public, okay? Not that you shop at TJ Maxx, that you're an Amber Heard fan. That's all I'm saying.
No, not an Amber Heard fan, but I am a TJ Maxx fan.
There you go.
I will honestly tell you, I will shop at any store.
Well, thanks for chiming in, man. We'll catch up next week. All right, Sarah? Greatly appreciate it as always. And give my regards to everybody down there in Freeport, man.
We appreciate the support. Thanks,
and tell Dr. Rupi keep them ads coming, man, in the classifieds. Classic, epic, makes my day.
They are absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen Dr. Rube. He hasn't been barefoot around town in a while, so we got to keep an eye out for him.
There you go, man. All right, we'll talk to you again next week, Sarah. Be safe. We'll talk soon. And on that note, we'll go to the second break right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. On the flip side of the break, I'll be back at you. I think we got a winner. All right. Yeah, I think we got a winner for our trivia. And we'll address that, and we'll get you ready for the 5 o'clock hour. News coming up at 5, and then we talk sports in the 5 o'clock hour. Of course, we're going to be joined by the Sarge himself, Mr. Gary Matthews. Yes, former Major League, Big League slugger, all-star with the Phillies, with the Cubs. Definitely have a great conversation with him. He's the voice of the Babe Ruth Classic, which is coming to town soon. So we'll definitely have a great, candid conversation coming up right after the news in the 5 o'clock hour with the Sarge himself right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Don't touch it.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment, plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste. The fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Let Dunkin' put the good back into morning with our delicious breakfast sandwiches. Enjoy a fluffy egg topped with American cheese and bacon, ham, or savory sausage on your choice of a flaky croissant, a warm bagel, or a toasted English muffin. Choose your favorite and have breakfast just the way you like it. Make it a combo with golden hash browns and a freshly brewed coffee. And get rising and shining with Dunkin' breakfast sandwiches today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Talking Heads continues right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Let me check out some of the texts real quick before I get to the winners. But look here. You're sure some cold-blooded people now. Naughty. Naughty people rather be constipated 1 month than being led again by Dr. Minnis. I know a lady who said she'd rather give birth without painkillers than be led by Dr. Minnis ever again. That's a serious statement right there. Like. Women passing up painkillers during childbirth? What? That is a bold statement. I cannot tell you a word of lie. Hey, listen here. You want me to tell Sarah that that I get my patties from Save More in Nassau? Can't touch them once? But guess what? I can't endorse unless I taste. If it passed my taste test, I give you an endorsement. I give you the 2 thumbs up. And if I endorse you, that'll go a long way. So you know what I'm basically saying, right? Save More. Holla at your boy. Kermie, how many patties you could eat, man? You good for at least 2, right? All right, so we'll take a 6-pack of them patties, Save More. 4 beef, and then if you got like a veggie or a chicken, send one of them too. And we'll sample them and check it out. That's all we need, right, Kermie? Yeah, that's all we need. So if it's all good, then you make it happen. And if it's not, then we'll stay quiet, okay? Nah. My boy, who just texted me? Under what rock have you been living? I suggest that you get a Q-tip and clean out your ears. You'd probably pull out a sugar daddy if you did. Because anybody will tell you that on multiple occasions, week before last, I had a sad moment on this show for the closure of the Opalaka Flea Market. Opalaka Hialeah is the place to shop. No more. I used to get my hair cut there, man. I used to go to the barber there when I was in college. I had my bad dude who was a barber. And turns out one day I was getting my fade, and I looked up at the pictures, and I was like, damn, that's a picture of you and my pops on the Emerald Seas at the captain's table. And he's like, oh, you know Danielle, that's my daughter. Small world. Didn't even know. So I got stories about the Opalaka Hialeah Flea Market. What you talking about? It was a sad day to run it, then we're not closed, man. Okay? So don't play with me. You need to listen better. Now I need you to text back an apology for coming on to me wrong about the Opalaka Hialeah Flea Market. Mira, hermanito, I could tell you stories about the Opalaka Hialeah Flea Market, okay? Because I can tell you that my complexion beige allowed me in certain parts of Hialeah that you couldn't go through, okay? I'm just telling you, that's how it is. Papacito, cógelo suave. So yeah. Now one more time, since you brought it up, a quick moment of silence for the Opalaka Hialeah Flea Market that is no more. Opalaka Hialeah was the place to chop. There you go. All right, with that being said, we're going to go to the news. Oh, and we have a winner. All of you came in with your cooking oil, your tin foil, your utensils, your paper plate. Great answers. But none of you got specific. Some of you said fast food containers, and that was too broad. But we had a winner that broke it down. Fast food cups. You know them large plastic cups you get from your favorite fast food location? Like KFC, or like Dunkin', or like Pizza Hut, or like Anthony's, or like Burger King. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You get one of them, and you recycle the heck out of it. We do it. I got one at home right now with some Jack and Coke just marinating, waiting for when I get off. What do you say, Kermie? That's what I'm talking about. So there you go. We all use it. All recyclable. Okay? And that's your answer. We got a winner for today. We'll play it again tomorrow right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM in the first hour. And speaking of the first hour, that's a wrap on the first hour. Off to the news we go. On the flip side of the news, we'll be talking sports. We'll be joined by Earl the Pearl. We're going to have a great interview with the Sarge himself, Mr. Gary Matthews, talking baseball. Babe Ruth Classic coming to the 242. We're getting a great conversation with him. All coming up on the flip side of the break right after the news right here on Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Don't touch it.
FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
We're back at you right here, Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We are into the 5 o'clock hour. 5:08 p.m. is the time, and it's time to talk sports. And as we, set it off each and every day, as we kick off the sports section and the sports portion of Talking Heads, we do it with Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well-weather trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza Monday through Friday. Great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, they have a great businessman's lunch special. You're in and you're out within your lunch hour, Monday through Friday. Give them a call. It's a different special daily. See what they got chefed up for you. 377-7776. 377-7776. And don't forget, happy hour every Wednesday and Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. at Naughty Johnny's. Like I said, well-weather trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. All right. And big up to Chef and the crew down there at Naughty Johnny's. Had the Mediterranean pork chops with the mashed potatoes. Oh, my God, that was off the chain. Thank you so much. That was all GWOD good. Now, look, I got a thing for Naughty Johnny's. A little while now. About 12, 14 years now. A little while, long time. All right, here we go. Today is June 21st, 2022. And on this day in sports history, 1932, heavyweight boxer Matt Schmeling lost a title fight by decision to Jack Sharkey. Schmeling's manager, Joe Jacobs, exclaimed, "We was robbed." That's why I guess where that started. 1939, Lou Gehrig quit baseball due to illness. Obviously, that became, what is now known today as Lou Gehrig's disease. Very tragic illness, very debilitating illness, one to which they still have, they made progress with, but still have no true cure for. Rough situation there with Lou Gehrig. That's a tragic story right there. And at the height of his career, I might add. 1942, Ben Hogan recorded the lowest score in a major golf tournament. Hogan shot a 271 for 72 holes in Chicago, Illinois. And that was up until at that time. Obviously, that's since been broken. 1954, Australian Johnny Landy ran the mile in 3 minutes and 58 seconds. He was second person to achieve the feat. 1963 in St. Louis, Bob Hayes set a record when he ran the 100-yard dash in 9.1 seconds. All right? Tony Jacklin became the second British golfer in 50 years to win the US Open Golf Tournament. That's in 1970. Then 1997, the Women's National Basketball Association made its debut. That's the WNBA. The New York Liberty defeated the Los Angeles Sparks 67-57. And in 1999, the Dallas Stars Stanley Cup Victory Parade took place in downtown Dallas. Pantera rode a float in the parade, and Pantera is responsible for the Stars' theme song. The rock group Pantera, that is, they played live. And today's sports quote, winning is not a sometimes thing, it's an all-the-time thing. You don't win once in a while. You do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. Now coming in from Vince Lombardi. Great quote right there. All right, that's a wrap on Today in Sports History. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza Monday through Friday, like I told you, great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And, Earl the Pearl will be zooming in now, I think, in short order. So be sure to check out Naughty Johnny's. Like I said, every Wednesday and Friday, happy hour as well, 5 to 7 p.m. Okay? Okay. So let's keep it moving. And we'll slide up into the next segment right here on Talking Heads, which obviously is a good one. Okay? We're definitely going to get into it right now. And it's, of course, brought to you by BK Nassau, the home court. All your breaking local sports news, all right? And all things popping with our local Bahamian athletes. And it's all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. And guess what? It's all about the Zesty Whopper. Saucy, crunchy, and full of flavor. Flame grilled beef, crispy chicken, or plant-based. Have it your way right away at your favorite BK today. All right? The new Zesty Whopper is waiting on you. It's your favorite Burger King location for takeout, drive-thru, and delivery with the Craven app. All right. All right, listen, you're going down memory lane with the Opelika Hialeah shopping and the Miami shopping. We'll revisit that. In fact, I might make that a show. All right? That might be a show. Okay? But anyway, that's a different story for another day. Let's jump on in and check out the local sports scene. We got our other Pearl on Zoom yet? Did Pearlie zoom in? Pearlie, what's good, man? Pearlie, are you with me? Pearlie, can you hear me? All right, good. Well, I know you're trying to stay out of trouble. So we'll get into the home court today. All brought to you, of course, by BK. And like I say, it's all about the local athletes, all about the local sports scene. And we got some results from the Uncle Lou charity golf tournament held at the Royal Blue Golf Course at Bahama. This was from last Saturday. Remember, we had the crew from SAC in here, had the great conversation. Well, last Saturday...
Wait. No. From the Great School of St. Augustine. Say it right.
You said it. I don't have to repeat it.
Well, once you get it right, I good to know.
Well, the onus is on you to get it right since you're an alumni. But, yeah, I'll make sure I do my due diligence as well. But last Saturday it went down. It's an excellent day for golf and a very successful tournament with a field of 32 teams. It's in the plans and in the works to make it an annual event. First place team was Richard Gibson Jr. and a junior player, Carrington Roll. There we had a gross score of 60, net score of 59, minus 13 under par, carding off the Crystal Trophies and first prize 2-night stay at Bahama with a round of golf. Second place team with a net score of 62 and minus 10 under par was John Hall and junior player Shamari Pratt, winning 2 nights stay at Comfort Suites on Paradise Island. Third place team with a net score of 64 and 8 under par, Kevin Marsh and Captain Linford Miller, winning 2 40-inch TVs. And the junior player Chase Newbold, 11 years old, won the men's longest drive, winning 2 Bahamas Air tickets and a 1-week stay at the Westgate Resort in Orlando. So y'all let an 11-year-old dude win the drive-in. You see that?
That's because he probably been playing since he was 2.
That's okay.
And it ain't always about strength, it's all about technique. You move your hips, you swing your body, your arm, all that. So he probably had a perfect swing.
Man, no worries, man. We figured out what his theory was, but he did well. Our junior player, Miranda Tucker, won the women's longest drive, winning 2 nights stay at Breezes and 2 tickets on Western Air. Junior player T.R. Gibson won the straightest drive of the competition, winning a prize of 2 nights stay at the Warwick on Paradise Island. And just missing out on winning that $63,000 2022 BMW X1 was Jim LaRota. He was closest to the pin on hole number 12. It was a great tournament, enjoyed by all, and they're looking to next year's event. So good to know that they're actually thinking about having it as an annual event. I think it's awesome.
I think it'll grow. It'll be a good thing. I think it will grow.
I think it's definitely going to grow, and I think they're off to something here. So I think they need to keep their eye on that and continue to nurture it and make it happen. I think Uncle Lou is looking down, smiling, very proud of the inaugural event.
Yes, I think so.
All right. We got a couple of things in sports headlines. You got the Bahamas was beaten by the Dominican Republic. All right. And this is from basketball.
14-year-old, 7-footers.
Yep. Story by Sheldon Longley. After trailing by as many as 21 points in the game, the Bahamas battled back to get within single digits in the fourth quarter, but couldn't keep the momentum going, and the Dominican Republic won 70-59. This coming out of the FIBA America's Under-15 Centro Basket Championships, which is going on in Guarabo, Puerto Rico. But they got housed in the other games, all right? They lost 107-42 to Puerto Rico, 99-49 to Mexico on Sunday. Now they play Costa Rica today and Turks and Caicos on Wednesday, and we'll see what happens. Noah Bay led the Bahamas against the DR.
I think we could be. Who we got next? Turks and Caicos?
Costa Rica and Turks and Caicos. It's probably maybe that's our best shot at winning them 2 games right there.
Yeah, I think we should be able to beat those two, hopefully.
Noah Bain led the Bahamas in scoring with 14.
But just to get to these tournaments, I'd be proud of it.
Oh, yeah. Noah Bain led the Bahamas in scoring with 14 points on 6 of 13 shooting. Desmond Hall added 12 on 5 of 18 shooting, with just 1 of 9 from three-point range. Joshua Williams and Bradleon McDonald contributed 10 points apiece. So there you have it. We'll keep an eye out on that team and see how it continues. The Bahama Bowl is set for December 16th. All right.
I saw the article. Yes, I'm excited.
The longest running story by Simba French, the longest running international National Collegiate Athletic Association NCAA Division I bowl game is back for an 8th edition under a new title sponsor, Hometown Lenders. Stakeholders of the event were in town on Friday, had a press conference to officially launch this year's edition of the game. The game, which is set for Friday, December 16th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, features teams from the Mid-American Conference, the MAC, and Conference USA, battling for the Prime Minister's Cup here in the Bahamas. The president,
what time is the game?
That's to be decided.
I hope it's a night game.
It got to be a night game. Need to be a night game.
Be able to get a lot more locals out there for the game.
All right, and it's a 3-year. You know what I like? Was more importantly, Hometown Lenders will sponsor the 2022, 2023, and 2024 editions of the game. That means it's not going anywhere.
For 3 years. Thank you.
So, Assistant Commissioner of Conference USA, Trey Stalling, said the conference is excited that the bowl game is back. The chance for one of our member schools to come down and participate in the Bahamas Bowl is such a great experience that our student athletes cannot take it for granted. Getting a passport for the first time for a lot of our student athletes and it being stamped may be the last time some of their passports are going to ever be stamped. It's such a unique experience that every member institution looks forward to it, said Stallings.
Yeah.
So they take it serious. They like it, you know, and you know, we got a great in with our good friend Lee Miller-Tooley over there at ESPN, Bahama Bowl, Battle for Atlantis, Bad Boy Morris. So, you know, big up to Lee. I'm sure, you know, we'll be field level again there, Pearly. No need to worry.
We do a level. We do a show live from there one day.
Yeah.
We did it the last time they were here. That was wonderful.
Yeah. But now, you know, we on bigger things and bigger teams and more technology. So we'll make it happen.
Yes. I believe so.
All right.
Really believe it.
And then finally wrapping things up, community basketball returns. And this is good to see. Story by Sheldon Longley. A total of 22 teams from throughout New Providence to play in the Urban Renewal Tourney. Or the tournament. That's starting this evening. Community basketball returns in a big way with the staging of the Urban Renewal Sporting League Community Basketball Tournament in conjunction with the Providence Basketball Club. The tournament will run through July 14th inside the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium. A total of 22 teams from the various communities in New Providence will be represented, playing out of 4 districts, North, South, East, and West. In the North, Nassau Village, Pinewood, Centerville, Engliston, Bain and Grantstown, and Marathon. Playing out of the south of Bamboo Town, South Beach, Mount Moriah, Fort Charlotte, Golden Gate, St. Barnabas. So you know who we pulling for in the south, in the north, in the south. You know who we pulling for in the south, Fort Charlotte and the Hizzy.
I ain't not Fort Charlotte getting the south, but anyway.
Yeah, but we'll take it. In the east, Yamacraw, Elizabeth, Fox Hill, St. Anne's, Freetown, and Seabreeze. And coming out of the west are Garden Hills, Southern Shores, Carmichael, Tall Pines, Golden Isles, and Kalani. Shouldn't the South and the West be flipped around, maybe?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Anyway, I ain't worrying about it. Let's see how the tournament pans out and plays out. But I'm just glad to see community basketball returning, giving these kids something to do over the summer weeks and over the summer months. And it's well organized. So hats off to them. We'll see how it goes. And, you know, probably get some of the organizers on here post-tournament to talk it up and see how it is, or in the middle to help promote it, because it is going on until July. But it's definitely a good look, and glad to have that conversation. Now, what we're going to do now is take the first break right here on Talking Heads. That's a wrap on on the home court, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau and that new Zesty Whopper. On the flip side of the break, we'll pick it up. Who's in and who's out? Well, who's in studio with us or who's on the phone lines with us? All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. Earl, I got a surprise for you, man. We're going to have a great conversation with one of our favorite baseball players of all times, one of the greatest characters of the game, and one of the best players too. Multiple All-Star, big contributor to the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs. I'm talking about the Sarge himself, Mr. Gary Matthews. He is the voice.
I don't want you to tell him he's my favorite. I liked him as a player, but being a Dodger.
Yeah, I know.
Remember sometimes he make me upset. So, let him know I love him as a ball player, but
you got to remind him. Remind him he upset you a couple of times, though. Get it off your chest. So they'll be talking to the Sarge. He's the voice of Babe Ruth, of the Babe Ruth Classic, which is coming very soon to the 242, and I think that's going to be a great look. And Sarge and a lot of other great major leaguers coming along. Greg Burr's doing a great job with that. The czar of baseball himself. So, yeah, we'll have a conversation with Sarge coming up on the flip side of the break right here. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Don't touch it.
Need to satisfy your late-night munchies? KFC drive-thrus are open and frying until midnight every night of the week. Whether you're craving juicy KFC chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one of our signature KFC sandwiches, we've got you covered with 100% KFC flavor. Catch some late-night vibes and take a ride to your neighborhood KFC for after-dark satisfaction. Last call to get fueled by KFC fried chicken is midnight. Late-night cravings at KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
That's right, boys and girls. Get ready to play basketball at the 34th Annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 4th through July 29th at the Kendall J. Isaacs Gym, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily. So parents, get your boys and girls ages 5 through 18 registered now. Applications available at the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Tonic Williams Darling Highway, and at the registration desk at Campsite Kendall J. Isaacs Gym. Special appearances by NBA players, legends, and coaches. So get your boys and girls registered now, ages 5 through 18, for the 34th Annual Jeff Rogers Basketball Camp, July 4th through July 29th.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM continues right now. It's time to get up into our Who's In and Who's Out segment. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. Be sure to check them out right now. 5:25 p.m. is the time. They close at 6, man. If you're going home via Mackie and Rosetta, let them do the cooking for you tonight, man. Yeah, Tropical Gyros, Chef Coleman and the crew got it hooked up for you. Check them out on the jerk chicken, cracked lobster, cracked conch, barbecue salmon, and grilled veggie gyros, just to name a few. Don't forget their famous jerk chicken salad, as well as the gyro bowls. So you definitely want to check them out, all right? Give them a call, all right? 601-5752, 601-5752. You can do your walk-in, takeout, and they're available for drive-through as well, and delivery. Not drive-through, but takeout and delivery with the Craven app, all right? So be sure to check them out today. Tropical Gyros. Like I tell you, the Greeks might have invented the gyros, but hey, Chef Comer, he perfected it. And our other pro, guess who's in studio with us on the phone lines, man?
The Sarge.
The Sarge. Yep. All-star outfielder from the Philadelphia Phillies, the Chicago Cubs, and now the voice of the Babe Ruth Classic, which is coming to town in early July. As a matter of fact, it will be here sooner than you think. July 7th through the 11th out there.
But you know, the 7th is a really, really great day in the history of the Bahamas. Let's don't forget that.
That's your birthday, yeah. Oh, God.
Shh, don't tell the world. Tell the world.
All right, we'll tell the world when it counts. Let's go to the phone lines right now, though. And glad to have him on the show. And welcome to Talking Heads, Mr. Gary Matthews, the Sarge. It is our pleasure. How are you, Sarge?
Noddy, thank you. Doing very well. Looking forward to coming to Nassau there.
Now listen, I know you're great friends with Mr. Greg Burris Sr., and you got a lot of friends here, but I'm just telling you now, me and Earl the Pearl, my co-host, we got you, man. We got a comedy show in line for you, and we got some conch salad and cold collects lined up, all right? We got to sit down with Sarge when you get here. We're going to show you love when you get here, too,
you're
Sarge.
my man. That sounds good.
But listen, I used to enjoy watching you growing up, and, many a day with the Philadelphia Phillies, but more importantly, with the Chicago Cubs, and Harry Carey's broadcast on WGN. We used to get it on satellite, and I'd come home a lot of days after school and watch you play baseball out there with Keith Marlin and Ryan Sandberg and some good players, Hawk Dawson as well. So it was good watching you play with the Cubs, man, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And also, I'm going to be getting Rick Sutcliffe involved. He also played with
the
Babe
Cubs,
Ruth.
Right?
Yes.
And he had some of the nastiest stuff in the game at a certain point in time. He had some nasty stuff.
Oh, he won the Cy Young that particular year in 84, 16-1.
Correct.
But he played Babe Ruth. So with the Caribbean now being all a part of the Cal Ripken, Babe Ruth, being able to be a part of that whole situation will make it easier for the kids. And, already, Natty, you have players from the Caribbean that have made it to the major
right.
league.
I mean, we got our very own Jazz Chisholm right now, and Lucius Fox knocking on the door with the Nationals, with Jazz right now with the Marlins. I mean, arguably the best second baseman in baseball.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you that you can be picked anywhere. Now, this will just give the kids a better opportunity to be seen. We plan to start giving out equipment and so on, balls, and looking even into baseball fields or replica fields even of some of the major league stadiums. Once that happens, personally for me, that would be a dream come true. That's a lot of work because of the way the fields are, drainage, etc. But it would give the kids, again, the opportunity to play more because it rains so much there.
Well, I think
and
that's,
those kind of fields.
I think that's something that's key right there, Sarge, is the kids need more games. I mean, we get maybe 22 to 24 games in a season here. And, in the States, kids in lower level Little League play at least 60 to 80.
Oh, easy.
So the repetition level, and baseball is muscle memory, they got a lot more reps than we do. So to get us on par with the States, we need to play more. We need to get more interleague play. I need you to twist a couple of arms when you get here so we can get a couple of leagues to do interleague play, okay? We can go talk to a few people.
Well, and two, the sponsors have a lot to do with it because if it can be the right one, that's how you get the fields.
There you go.
And we just don't want them done. You want them done correctly where you got drainage and everything because if not, you might as well not even do them.
I put one together, and thank God I got blessed by a lot of great sponsors, you know what I mean? KFC was the lead sponsor. Lawnscape was another big one, not to mention, we had some really big ones come on board. Too many to mention right now, but I'd be remiss. Like I said, I'll do another mention again. But just to get to the point, got a whole drainage system, put in there, and a sprinkling system because we know what we're up against. But like you say, it costs a pretty penny to do a field properly. A lot of people look at the end result and say, well, that's a pretty field. But they don't know what goes into it and then maintaining it. So if we can get some proper fields with the drainage and so on and so forth that would allow for league play and continuous play, proper lighting so you could do night games, you could get a lot of baseball in. And considering the Bahamas is now considered the new hotbed for minor league talent, right up there with Aruba. I mean, you have to start looking at it like that. I mean, Dominican Republic is being talked about less and the Bahamas more, so we need to look at what we're doing and how we're developing to keep it going.
And developing has to be at an early stage, so that's perfect.
And I think that's something that we got to focus on here is getting back to development. It's all about development. Don't lose focus on what it's all about, which is the development.
Yeah, well, we really hope to make an impact, and all the big wigs are coming down from New Jersey.
I've heard. I'm excited.
Yeah, so, and they're going to spend the whole time there, so they're not just coming in and getting out. This, I know, for them is a real big deal, and they show it by spending their time and coming here. Now let's see if we can get the right sponsor and connect with the fields, equipment and so on, because you can have all the equipment that you want. If you can't participate on the field, then it doesn't.
What's the point?
It's like no good. And you got to play more than 20, 30 games, period.
Definitely. You definitely got to play more than that. But I think it's an evolving process here, Sarge, and I think your presence and Babe Ruth, the Classic coming to town from the 7th through the 11th, I think that's going to be impactful. I think we just had a great national baseball tournament over the past weekend, well attended. I think we were on the verge of revitalizing baseball here in the country. And,
sure.
I think, you're going to be a big part of that. So we're definitely excited about you being here and what you bring to the table. And then, of course, when you look at it, you got a big fan base here. A lot of the dads, we remember the Sarge. We want to talk to Sarge. Yeah. So it'll be good to meet and greet with you. But also, you got like Rick Sutcliffe being involved now and other former members of Major League Baseball who actually played in the Babe Ruth program. I think it's awesome. And the kids could actually see that, hey, these guys actually played here where we are, and they developed and evolved into pro players.
Yeah. Oh, well, I look forward to it, to being able to, to be involved, to make it an annual trip coming down and checking out the Babe Ruth, and more importantly, just seeing where maybe a field can be or some improved.
Sarge,
or
I got
whatever.
a couple of spots I could show you, man. I'll give you a tour. I'll show you a couple of great spots.
Okay, all right.
Now listen, all right. I got my co-host in here, and I need you to be nice to him, because I'll be honest with you. You gave him some painful childhood memories because he's a Dodger fan. I mean, you used to like to beat up on the Dodgers. Yeah, you used to like to beat up on...
Really, Rick? Really, Gary? Really?
So, Earl the Pearl, meet Gary Matthews. Gary, this is my co-host, Earl the Pearl, man. And yeah, he bleeds Dodger blue. And he's like, I'm going to be nice, but, Sarge hurt my feelings a couple of times. So y'all two got to work it out.
I just have one question to ask you. How was it to face Fernando? Just tell me about that.
Well, I mean, the Phillies were the first team to beat him on the street with Pete Rose and Mike Schmidt. But, the right-handed hitters, and when we faced left-handed pitchers, we really gave them a battle. I mean, you had a hard time beating the group that we had if you were a left-handed pitcher. Now, if you were Nolan Ryan, J.R. Richard, okay, that might be a different story. Bob Gibson, maybe a different story. But from the left side, I mean, we didn't tolerate it. Dusty Baker is one of my best friends, and obviously, Earl, he bleeds Dodger blue.
I don't know why he never coached. I don't know why he was never a manager for the Dodgers. Like, that was always a dream of mine, but he's one of my favorite Dodgers.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it just doesn't work out. I mean, Scioscia, he played there. He's another one that could have managed there and did a good job with the Angels. So, but he's certainly a Hall of Fame manager for me. I mean, obviously, look at the records. They keep saying he hasn't won the World Series, but I don't know if you always can measure or judge someone just because, they didn't get to the World Series. Billy Williams, Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, friends of mine. Ferguson Jenkins, they're Hall of Famers.
We just talked about Ferguson Jenkins the other day, how nasty he was. He was very underrated, and a lot of people would overlook him, but he was a dominant pitcher for a while.
very dominant pitcher. As a matter of fact, he won 20 games 6 years in a row. What pitcher is going to get anywhere near there these days?
Yeah, that's true. When you look back at it, we also mentioned the 420 game winners that Baltimore had recently. I don't think that's going to be a feat that's ever going to be touched anytime soon either.
Oh, yeah, you're correct about that. I concur for sure.
Now, let me ask you a question on a separate note. You were lucky enough to have the father-son kind of thing going on. Your son, Gary Matthews Jr., also played in Major League Baseball. But who controls the bragging rights in the household? Sarge, I think you still got it. You were 73 Rookie of the Year, right? I think you're still the best baseball player in the house, correct?
Well, the way it is now there, Nettie, I mean, I have all the hits. He's got all the money.
Oh, okay? God.
He's very, very kind.
I like that one. I like that. He's got all the money.
He played 12 years.
99 to 2011, yeah.
Yeah. He made the All-Star team 1 year, hit for the Psychos. So he's a businessman now in Los Angeles with hotels and so on. So I'm thoroughly proud of him.
Oh, so he's doing really well with life after baseball. That's great to hear, man.
Yeah. My other son is with Major League Baseball, and he runs the Future Games and the RBI programs for Major League Baseball.
Really?
Yes.
They're big programs. They're very big programs that MLB funds and puts out every year. They've been doing it for a while. That's awesome stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know he was involved on that level.
He runs the Future Games that they're going to have there at the Los Angeles Dodgers at the All-Star game this year. So
you're a proud papa, man.
Yeah, very proud of him, to say the least, because it's hard work to get into Major League Baseball, no matter who you know. You know, having a dad that had played helps some, but when you get in, you got to be able to sell yourself. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So he's done a great job.
That's awesome. Now I got to ask you a selfish personal question. You got to give me one of your favorite Harry Caray stories. I know you played with the Cubs, and you're lucky enough to play with a broadcaster, calling your games like Harry Caray, who's a legend. You went on to do great things in Phillies broadcasting as well. So let me know one of your favorite Harry Caray stories if you got one.
Well, Harry used to always kind of tell it the way that it is, and almost really to a fault. I know when he was with the White Sox, he mentioned on the air that all the players mess around on the road, and then at home, all the wives mess around. And he said that on the air. Wow. They weren't really happy, about that. But he would go on, and he had such a following that people just really kind of respected him.
Right, and they
for those different antics. And then, he would always have, 4 or 5 Budweisers that he said was his favorite.
I'm a Cubs fan, and I'm a Bud man.
Yeah, and he would drink some on the air when he was there.
Some? I thought he drank all the time on him and Steve Stone in the booth. I remember it well.
Yeah. I don't remember Steve Stone drinking, but he certainly would have some Budweiser's Harry Caray for sure.
Harry would probably have Steve Stone share,
Yeah. And his restaurants are really doing very well, even to this day in Chicago.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, what was it like, broadcasting for the Phillies all those years, like post baseball?
Well, it was good. I had broadcasted before with the Toronto Blue Jays for years, and went back and forth from a hitting coach to the booth. But I really liked the booth a lot better. It keeps you around the players, and you get a chance to know them a lot more. Is basically what I miss. Watching Harper Bryce Harper break-in and
right,
being around them and then knowing them. You know, those are kind of special things. When you're in the fraternity, you're in the fraternity, so you're every now and then they don't mind you asking for a baseball, but it is a different game, for sure. A lot of money to be made. I mean, if you're lucky enough to be even a rookie, your salary is right at $700,000 a year. So you can see now, compared to when I broke in, which was like about $22,000 a year. So
yeah,
times
the
have
pay
changed.
scale, the pay scale has changed. I mean, immensely since when you played till now.
Yes,
it's night and
Yeah.
day. I mean, I look back at a couple of the contracts that were signed in the 70s and 80s for like $2 million, and that was like crazy money. Like, oh, they signed for $2 million. But now, forward to tape to 2023, $2 million, that might even be a signing bonus for a good kid coming in.
Well, really, $2 million is still a lot to this day, to be quite frank.
Yeah, for me,
But
I'll take
it's
$2
not
million in a
compared
heartbeat.
Yeah, it's not compared to what the guys are doing now, for sure.
So, as far as your role with Babe Ruth, you're now the voice of the Babe Ruth Classic. So I take it you're going to be calling somebody here as well, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to be coming in and doing things there. Gregory will have the schedule, so I'm kind of at his beck and call.
Okay,
So wherever we go,
quick
or
question,
TV
Sarge.
things, or,
Did you just refer to Greg Burrs as Gregory?
Gregory.
No. Gregory works
you know.
fine. Gregory works fine. We're going to have a lot of fun with that, man. Gregory.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
guys.
We're going to have fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said that around the wrong person.
Well, that's a name. Usually, if you're called Gregory, that means you're really, really intelligent. You know what I mean?
There you
it means
go.
that you're very well respected here, there in the States. So,
But listen, you just giving me more.
definitions in different places.
Keep talking, Sarge. I got my pen out, my comedian hat on. I'm getting material. Keep talking.
That is, man.
All right.
I'm telling you.
But I'm telling you, we're really excited to know that you're going to be here in short order. We're definitely going to be there to get you around town and show you some spots. Make sure you have a good time, but also to make sure we promote Babe Ruth and the Babe Ruth Classic to where it needs to be, because I think it's a great event here, and I think it should be, highlighted as much as it should. Naughty.
Well, I'm so much looking forward to it.
We got a text to chime in. Naughty, you're absolutely right, man. And Sarge is right. Fergie Janskin was one of the greatest ever. 267 complete games and 49 career shutouts. You don't see that often, and that's true. 267 complete games. That's awesome stuff right there. And then 49 career shutouts. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they won't be reaching those. They're going to have to lower the standards to get into the Hall of Fame. Those guys, they set the bar too high.
The bar is way too high, especially with what's going on today.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
But we're looking forward to having you in town in short order, Sarge. I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're busy, but when you get in town, we'll get you in studio. We'll follow up. We'll have some more conversations, but so glad to meet you and talk to you, and looking forward to you being here with the Babe Ruth Classic.
Well, looking forward to meeting you and Earl the Pearl there in person.
There you go.
And we'll have a good time.
And we'll make sure you don't wear any Dodger paraphernalia or memorabilia. We'll make him wear something else.
I'm going to find my Hershiser jersey.
And anyway, you want Sarge to take a swing at you.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so glad to talk to you guys. We're looking forward to you guys being here. We're going to have an awesome time when you get here, Sarge. So much. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'll talk soon, all right?
Thank you, and I really appreciate that, for sure.
No worries, man. We'll talk soon. Safe travels getting here, and we're looking forward to having you.
Maddie, see you. Thank you.
All right, my
Appreciate
brother.
it.
We'll talk soon. And on that, Mr. Producer,
Alrighty.
take us to the break. Let's get to the break. And on the flip side of the break, Earl and I will be back to wrap it up. Earl, you were very well behaved. I'm very proud of you, Earl. Earl, I'm proud of you. Did you hear me?
I heard you very loud and clear. Just trying to be nice.
You're well behaved. And you ain't gonna wear no Dodger foolishness, no horse eyes. And I know what you're gonna wear. You wear Fernando Valenzuela jersey. I know that's what you're trying to wear.
No, I ain't gonna come with an orange. You know what? I'm gonna get number 6. That's what I'm gonna do. Get number 6.
Well, let's go to the break. Now you're trying to get salty with it, Martin. No. Let's go. Go to the break. Talking Heads continues. We wrap it up on the flip side of the break right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
The King wants you to take a walk on the tangy side with the all-new Zesty Whopper collection at Burger King Nassau. Enjoy the classic Zesty Whopper with 2 types of cheese, zesty sauce, and crispy onions stacked on 100% flame-grilled beef. Or go zesty on our plant-based Whopper and crispy chicken. All 3 are saucy, crunchy, and full of flavor. And only available at Burger King Nassau. Visit any of our 7 locations and enjoy a Zesty Whopper as a combo or as part of the King's Feast at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family, together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Around the world, Cleveland Clinic is recognized as a leader in healthcare. Our team of experts relentlessly pursues the best for our patients. From groundbreaking cancer research to state-of-the-art heart surgery, life-saving innovations happen here every day. When it's time to travel for your health, it's time to travel to Cleveland Clinic. Your destination for care, for every care in the world. To learn more, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Need to satisfy your late-night munchies? KFC drive-thrus are open and frying until midnight every night of the week. Whether you're craving juicy KFC chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one of our signature KFC sandwiches, we've got you covered with 100% KFC flavor. Catch some late-night vibes and take a ride to your neighborhood KFC for after-dark satisfaction. Last call to get fueled by KFC fried chicken is midnight. Late-night cravings at KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM continues right now. Down the home stretch, become 5:50 p.m. is the time. And Purdy, let's talk some baseball, man. That was a good conversation with the Sarge, though. I can't lie. Especially them Harry Carey memories.
Yeah, that was really nice. That was really nice.
Harry Carey used to be, I tell you, Harry used to be bust right up calling them Cubs games, right?
While I like Harry Carey, I'm really a Vince Scully man, because Vince always had a good story.
You're just a huge Dodger homer, but yes, Vin was up there. And him and Joe Garagiola was solid.
I have no shame. No shame at all.
No shame at all whatsoever. I'm mad at you for that, man. You got your right. You're entitled to it. You playing early tonight. You're playing the Reds tonight, 6:40. What y'all saying?
Once you can beat them, you need some wins.
The Marlins and the Rockies play tonight. I just want Jazz to keep hitting hot, man. They had a team meeting in Jazz, just hitting grand slams and home runs and carrying on dirty.
So we need to push for more Bahamians to vote for Jazz. Go to MLB.com.
Right.
You can vote up to 5 times a day and just keep voting for Jazz Chisholm as the starting second baseman. I already voted about 8 times.
You got to do it, people. You got to do it and make it count, man. Vote as many times as you can and get your friends
You can
to
vote
vote.
You can vote 5 times a day, I think, for 25 days or something like that, or right up to like 2 or 3 days before the
Right. So go ahead and vote and get your votes in and rock the vote for Jazz, man.
Yeah, you got to vote for Jazz.
You got the Pirates and the Cubs at 7:05. I don't know if this is going to be a good game or a
The
sleeper.
Pirates got the third lowest payroll in baseball, and like one of the lowest payroll in baseball, and sitting in third place playing really good baseball. I think they've played like 12 rookies for the year.
They got one that was hitting home runs like lunacy the other day. He had 3 in one game.
Yesterday he had like a home run. He got like 2 for 4 or something like that. Or the home run is crazy about. His parents are going nuts. His family's going nuts. But the Pirates got a bright future. They keep that team together, they'll be good in about 5 years.
Well, like you said, they're sitting in third at 10.5 back, but they 27 and 29.
With a bunch of rookies, naughty. With a bunch, they've already 12 players already debuted. That made MLB debuted in the Pirates uniform this season. In June.
Well, speaking of standings, do you know who the first team to 50 wins in Major League Baseball is?
The Yankees are the first to 50. They're the
9 and 1, 9 and 1 in the last 10, 29 and 7 at home, 21. Wait a minute, 21 and 10 away. But did you see the nugget? Did you see the gem that Hamels threw up there yesterday?
Yes, he threw a brilliant game. He pitched a brilliant game. I remember about 8 no-hitters, 8 innings in the no-hit ball.
8 no-hit innings, man.
All right, yes, but the last time the Yankees and the Mets were in first place and had the 2 best records in baseball in June, neither of them won the World Series the last time that happened. The last 3 times that happened. Just to put it out there, just to put it out there.
How much mumbo jumbo you been doing, man? You got any live chickens in your backyard? You burning incense and sage like Kyrie Irving? Sound like you did.
No, I'm only saying what happened in the past. I'm not predicting the future. I can tell you, I want to see the Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series.
But listen, the Dodgers are a robust 40 and 25. No shame in their game, man, Earl.
No shame, and I'm not worried what's the record on the 21st of June, you know. I want to know what it can be like the 21st of October. That's what I'm interested in.
What about the Padres? You ain't worried about them?
No.
You ain't worried about the Padres?
No, I'm more concerned about the Giants and the Padres.
They nipping at your heels, my brother.
They nipping at my heels in June. Talk to me in August. Let me see where they are after. In the dog days of summer when we separate men from boys and champions from contenders. That's when we talk baseball.
All right. Now, we got the Major League schedule covered for the night. Let's slide into football, man. Rob Gronkowski retires again.
Oh, I thought he was going to sign in July.
Yep, he again retires. So now I guess he's going to go to the WWE and do food.
Well, that's fine.
Now, some other news. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson settles 20 of 24 civil suits, but they got 4 lingering, so you never know where that's going to, proceed to.
And also, boy, that's why he's that big contract he signed. He can pay all them off.
And now you got Fitzmagic, Ryan Fitzpatrick, joining Prime Video's Thursday Night Football broadcast. So he'll be part of that team on NFL Prime Video. He's going to be joining the Thursday Night Football team to be an analyst.
You know, they had a little trivia thing is which quarterback had the most, played the most against Brady and where the boy come from, New England? What his name was again? Brady, and where the fella come from? With Aaron Rodgers.
From Green Bay.
It was Fitzpatrick.
Wow. I mean,
I think it was Brady. Whatever quarterback played the most again. I can't. But anyway, the Fitzpatrick name came up. That's what I.
He played a lot, man. He's been around for a minute, but as a backup. But yeah, he did play some too.
A lot of people think that he can give you 3-4 games in a row. After you got to get your starter back in there.
Now you got some other news, Earl. Yes. You have the Steelers. Chase Claypool says, "I know I'm a top 3 receiver." What, on the Steelers? Because he can't be talking about the whole entire NFL.
He's talking about the Steelers. Maybe in that division. It could be in that division. Well, I don't know. Because you got Cincinnati in that division, right?
Yeah. And Cleveland in that division. And Pittsburgh in that division. And
down to 2.
Baltimore's in that division. That ain't no jokey division.
No. He's he's in the top 3 in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, not even in the division.
Tell OBI said that. Top 3 in Pittsburgh. Tell Siobhan and OBI said that.
Yeah, all of them steelheads need to hear this, man. They just run it out, man.
Yes.
Did you see Draymond Green's T-shirt in the parade?
Did you see his
Boston Sucks Rooster? Did you see that? Boston Sucks Rooster? I thought that was a hilarious shirt.
He said he's going to continue to destroy people on Twitter.
He ain't got nothing else better to do. It's the off season.
Well, he's going to have fun. But they got to figure out that it's Looney, Junior, Gary Payton Jr., Otto Porter. They're the 3 guys that got to get the bag. They're the 3, and everybody that's under contract.
Wow.
Including Poole.
And speaking of some sad NBA news, man, and you don't like to hear stuff like this, but former first-round pick Caleb Swanigan dies at 25. He was the number 26 overall pick in 2017. Was a standout player at Purdue before playing in the NBA. And former first-round pick who spent 3 seasons with 2 teams in the NBA has died at 25. His alma mater, Purdue University, announced his death on Tuesday morning. The Allen County Coroner's Office confirmed Tuesday that Swanigan died Monday of natural causes at Lutheran Hospital in Fort Wayne, Indiana. A private doctor will be handling his death certificate, according to Rebecca Mays, a senior investigator at the coroner's office. So,
everything is COVID now. Everything is COVID.
No, I don't know if it's COVID. Maybe, heart condition, maybe aneurysm. We got to see. We got to figure it out.
Yeah, boy, it's sad.
He was picked by the Blazers at 26 in 2017. He appeared in 75 games. Then he was traded to Sacramento. But very sad situation there, man. Sad to hear that. Don't like to hear young fellas, passing away. The Heat, Tucker has opted out. He's going to enter free agency. PJ Tucker says, I'm out of here. I'm going to hit free agency.
Okay.
So we'll see now. That may be,
Well, the big talk is what Kyrie's going to do.
Now I'm starting to hear Westbrook for Kyrie straight up. They're starting to like that in Brooklyn.
Somebody else threw out, what about AD for Kyrie? So that don't make no sense. You trading AD for Kyrie, that only straining Brooklyn. That ain't helping us.
No, that giving Brooklyn an opportunity for multiple championships. That's what you're doing now.
But I think Westbrook can work in Brooklyn.
I think so too.
Good for him, and I think Kyrie would be an excellent addition to LA, and that'll automatically put us in the run in the talk again.
For the text who just texted in and says, "Hey, I just texted 5 times and voted for Jazz 5 times." There you go. That's how you do it. Now tell some family members to do it 5 times like you did, and so on and so on.
MLB.com.
There you go.
Major League Baseball. MLB.com. Just go there, hit it on, and vote the 5 times.
Do what Earl said to do, and we will join you tomorrow right here in Talking Heads. Pearly, super producers, telling us our time is done, so we got to run. You got anything to say before we get out of here?
Don't even you have fun things that happen like that. The time is just flying. If this was a boring time, we probably would have been 4:15 or something like that.
Yeah, boy. And Gary Matthews, we want to thank the Sarge for chiming in today. Great conversation with him.
Yes, wonderful.
All right, so I shall see you tomorrow, my brother.
Oh, the one last thing. Rick Tucker was a Dodger first before he became a Cub. Let's get that straight. Okay, have a good night.
I saw that on his career stats, and I didn't want to say nothing because I knew you at some point would mention that.
I think he was Rookie of the Year, too, if I remember correctly.
He was as a Dodger.
Okay.
There you go. Carry your Dodger Blues and go where you're going, my brother. Your game's starting in 40 minutes, all right?
Okay, brother. Take time.
All right, deuces, man. For Earl the Pearl, for my super producer, Kermit, for the Sarge, Gary Matthews, for chiming in, and everybody who contributed today with your calls and your texts. Great stuff, my Talking Heads. That's the way you do it. We will see you tomorrow. All right, news is up next. And be good, Bahamas. And if you can't be good at it. We going.